Hello, hello. Okay, let's turn this camera around. What is going on here? Um, Hold on here. I'm having issues. All right, let's do that. Heck yeah. All right, camera settings. Hold on here. We're getting it together eventually, right? There's the camera, teleprompter. Have a new program here, believe it or not, and I am trying to figure it out, but I'm having difficulty. Okay, well, look, um, we're just going to go with this, okay? Hello, hello, everyone. This is the Bay Lady here, welcoming you to Ocean City, Maryland. It is a resort town that is totally off season at the moment. Um, I wish I could figure out how to turn this camera around. Sorry. Oh, no. All right. Anyway, Hey Lady here, Sharon Schultz. I am here in Ocean City, Maryland. I do virtual tours, haven't done any for a while. So I'm doing this one. If you want more information about my tours and such, you can find me on Facebook, Sharon Schultz, the Bay Lady, and also on YouTube, Sharon Schultz, the Bay Lady. And my tours are listed there. And hopefully you can join us. Also, there's a link to a platform called Buy Me a Coffee. That is where I can accept gratuities to pay for expenses and things to keep these tours coming. So, anyway, without further ado, let me let's go walk around. Right here, this is the life station here. This is the life station tower. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah, there we go. That is the life station tower here at Ocean City, Maryland. Now, looking out this way, you can see the sea. Here's the ocean. Beautiful, is it not? Absolutely a gorge. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Check it out. Today's not an ideal day for this. In case you hadn't noticed, it's overcast. It is windy. It is cold. That's because it's December, right? December in the middle Atlantic states. What you're looking at here, this is called the inlet. Okay. Across the waterway there is Assateague Island. This used to be one connected piece of land. It was a peninsula. However, in the 1930s, a really significant hurricane came up the coast and broke through the barrier here and created a channel and created a barrier island, and that's what exists today. So, taking advantage of that, the people of Ocean City decided to make this part that has now become separate, make it a resort. And so they did. So there's your life-saving station, goes with the tower. Okay, built in 1891. Ocean City has been around here for a while. Fishing here is good. They have a huge marlin tournament here in the summertime. This is the biggest Maka shark that has been caught here out in the channel there. You can see, pretty big dude. That's the shark. Okay, coming around the corner, we have more of the same. Here's the entrance to the Life Saving Museum, which is not open, closed for the season. Here we have a display about the fishing teams. Okay, all the different fishing contests and competitions and tournaments and all that good stuff. If you were an old native of Ocean City, chances are you were a waterman, a fisherman, and maybe you went out with the fleet. There's the beach patrol. They're very, very busy, necessary group of people here. Of course, none of them are on duty now. This is an exhibit from the Life Saving Museum. You got a big fish. This was the largest fish of any kind. It's a tiger shark. And it was caught in 1983. So, big old shark. Over 1,000 pounds, 1,210 pounds. Can you imagine being out there in the ocean, jumping in the waves, having a good old time, and then you see this guy nudging you with his big old nose, ready to take a chunk out of you? Yeah, that's what it would do. Okay, so we're in Ocean City. You're going to see fish for sure. Here's another over here. This is a seafood restaurant. It's called The Wedge. It's been called many things. It's been under many different managements. Oh, there's another fish. Of course, that's not a real one. Okay, and then we have a couple more things here. We've got this huge old anchor all decked out for Christmas. It's wrapped in lights. I'm sure that's pretty at night. And then we've got a British cannon here. It was acquired by the Americans here during the Revolution or the War of 1812. It was captured, a captured gun. Okay, now here's the biggest white marlin that was hooked. Okay, Ocean City is the white marlin capital of the world. We're given that credit right there. This baby weighed 135 pounds and was caught in August of 1980. It's the Maryland state record, 135 pounds. And here are the the proud folks here that have caught some really big fish over the years. Oh, mama, look at Daisy here. Look what she caught in 1940. She got a big old fish there, a white marlin. This is all white marlin. There's another lady. Look at that. Okay, so here is one of the many little places along the boardwalk, most of which are closed because we're off season now. It's a cold, rainy day too, which kind of doesn't provide any incentive for opening up. The parking lot that you're looking at, it's usually packed. It's difficult to find a space. Today, it's difficult to find cars. There's a fishing boat out there. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if you zoom. Looks like it's headed to come into the inlet. Eventually, it's going to make that corner. It's coming closer to shore. Stand here for a minute and kind of check it out, right? There we go. It's coming back into view, Devin. There it is. Nice old fishing boat there. probably carrying the catch of the day for the restaurants that are still open. There are still seafood restaurants, and a lot of the larger, nicer restaurants are still open because New Year's Eve is looming in the not so distant future. And after that, they'll shut down pretty much guaranteed. There's a one of the amusement parks, Tremper Rides, has been around for probably 100 years, if not more. There is the sign. Here is the tram station. Ocean City had a tram that used to run up and down this boardwalk up until last year. They wouldn't be running this time of year anyway. They only run during the summer months. What they would do during this period of time would be to run the trams through through Northside Park, where they host Ocean City's Winterfest of Lights. And you would hop on the tram and they would ride you around with all the gorgeous Christmas light displays, all reflecting in the water. Really a fun thing. They're still open. They will close New Year's Eve with fireworks at midnight. This is one of my favorite stores, Souvenir City. Boy, did I buy a lot of souvenirs here and take them back to the city. No, really, I did. And over here, Cool Topics. It used to be something else. This used to be where I used to get hermit crabs. Every time I would come to Ocean City, I would buy hermit crabs. I had them for years and years, for decades. Not the same ones, mind you, just I would buy new ones every so often. Here's another store, Ghoulish Things. Oh, and this right here, the haunted house. Oh my God, this is an iconic Ocean City boardwalk ride for sure. Everybody knows this one. Everybody loves this one, except for the little kids that are scared. It can be a little spooky for sure. And here we have candy. Candy stores are open on the boardwalk, I see. Anybody for saltwater taffy? How about a t-shirt or a new beach hat? Right there. This is amusements, games, and such, but as you can see, they're kind of shut down for the winter. Same with Core Brothers. They're down as well. And we're coming up to where there are a couple things open here and there. Dumpsters, ice cream, unfortunately, is not. They are closed. And I'm disappointed because that's where they have the best chocolate and banana milkshakes. Oh my God, it is so good. But I don't think I'll be having one today. So, and then across from Dumpsters here on the corner, they're closed as well. But man, they had pizza. They have awesome pizza when they're open. Awesome. There's a glimpse down the street there. That is, that's the main road out that way. Baltimore Avenue. Not very busy this time of year. This is the one time when you can drive through the beach and not be hung up in traffic like there's no tomorrow. It was raining when I first got here to the boardwalk this afternoon. I'm glad it stopped. We've had some crazy weather here the last few days. Yeah, see the dough roller. This is one of my favorite places for pizza right here. Dough roller. And coming up, we've got the arcade, Playland. That's open. This is one of the original arcades that's been here forever and ever. The boardwalk was established in the very early 1900s, 1903-ish maybe. So, what we got? More than 150 years here. So that's pretty outstanding. Another arcade coming up here on your left, Sportland. So glance down the street. And then another of Ocean City's most favorite spots, Thrasher's French Fries. They're open. Thrasher's Fries, also called boardwalk fries. They're fries that are kind of sliced with the skin on. And instead of like putting ketchup all over it, as most Americans do, they instead use vinegar. Gives it a very distinct flavor, salt and vinegar. As a matter of fact, come on, let's take a look. Yes, there we go. They come in buckets too, all sizes. Check it out. Comes in buckets, and then there's all the salt and vinegar. You just pour on to your heart's content. Dolly's. This is another longtime Ocean City establishment, Dolly's Saltwater Cafe. Core Brothers Ice Cream. It and Dumpsters, I think, compete for the title of most popular ice cream on the boardwalk. Both are closed. This is Ripley's, believe it or not. They look open, the door's open. See what they got. Ripley's, believe it or not. Okay. How about a King of Kong? Ooh, there's a two-headed beast. And rhino. Yeah, it's a rhino. And how about the Hulk? Woo! And then the big old tire that everyone climbs in and gets their picture taken in. It's a 3-ton tire. It contains enough rubber to make 395 normal size car tires. Crazy. And the last freaky thing here at Ripley's is the shark. The shark, which is right there. There you go, Ripley's, believe it or not. And let's see, we've got t-shirts. All these little beat shops are pretty cool. Jewelry.
Go ahead.
And more of the same. Things are open just sporadically, no rhyme or reason. Just Whatever the shopkeepers decide to do is up to them. You know, there are actually some that would stay open year round, but not too many anymore. And over here we have a cool little thing for the kitties to climb on. And beyond that, you're looking at Ocean City's fishing pier. Now, back in the day, the original pier didn't look anything like that one. But it was began life in 1904, and there was a fire that wiped out the pier and a large section of downtown, and then it was resurrected. That seems to be a familiar story in several of Maryland's little towns along the bay or the ocean. Flooding is something that occurs a lot in Maryland, and some of the fires that we've had are, you know, absolutely historic. So here's a picture of the old bandstand. Okay, and here's the pier when it had the ballroom. Could you imagine dancing by the ocean? Here's inside of the ballroom. And then there is the more modern version of the bandstand. Bandstand's gone now. They have different venues here for bands and music and things of that nature during the summer. There's one a little further up there on the right. You can see some red buildings. That is a area with a stage and where they can have performances and things of that nature. Ocean City has a lot of hotels along the boardwalk. As you can see, they've mixed the new with the old, and it kind of leaves something for everybody doing that. And here's where we were. And you can see the boardwalk goes down quite a ways there. It is 2.5 miles long. 2.5 miles long. Okay, so here we're getting rain again. It's starting to rain. So I don't want to get my phone and my gizmo wet. So here's another side street off of the boardwalk. This is Somerset Street. All the little streets, you know, kind of have little, you know, nice touristy areas. There's benches out here in this little plaza, some shops. You can rent a bike. You can get your fortune told. You can grab some coffee, which sounds like a good idea to me, and so forth. So let's take a little stroll over here. Artsy boho, little shops, handmade items from local makers, right? Tarot reading, psychic reader. Nice little area here. Little cafe. Okay, I am going to sit here on the step and get ready to close this little tour out. Get back to my car before it gets any wetter. The wind's picking up again. I started to say that the weather here has been crazy this week. It's been very, very cold, very, very windy. Yesterday, the wind died down a tad, and the temperatures rose from the 20s into the low 40s. Today, the wind was supposed to die down, but it hasn't quite yet. The temperatures are up a bit more. They were staying in the 60s, but I'll tell you, it doesn't feel more like the 50s. But hey, that's still mild compared to 20 degrees. So now we have a warm front blowing in. It's supposed to get 60 degrees this afternoon. I think they lied. And then right after that, temperatures are to plummet again. The winds pick up, and by morning, we'll be freezing our tails off again. So, fun. But, like I always say, any day at the beach is a good day. It doesn't matter what the weather is. As you can see, there are still things to see and things to do. And the most important part is that I am breathing in that awesome saltwater air, fresh air, and the healing powers of salt and all that good stuff. So I wish that I had figured out how to get my camera back, how to switch. Oh, what is this? Maybe this. Oh no. There it is. Hi. I found it. The platform that I use here, it's called StreamYard, and they just upgraded and changed it. So I'm still finding my way a bit here and there. Good thing about this platform is that you can watch me not only on your phone, but this also goes to landscape, and you can watch me on your laptop as well. So, well, I think I will go ahead and say goodbye. I'm sitting on this person's porch, and there's a dog in there that's barking now. I guess my talking got their attention. Okay, well, all right. So I don't have any tours scheduled at the moment, but that will be changing shortly. Keep up with me on Facebook, The Bay Lady, and on YouTube, Sharon Schultz, The Bay Lady. And also know that your contributions are welcome at Buy Me a Coffee. I do love coffee, I have to say. All right.